JLR investigates. Come on in, everyone. Come on. We're going to talk about this tragedy that occurred in Texas. A 16-year-old cheerleader has been murdered. And it's a mystery, a murder mystery, folks. A 16-year-old cheerleader, a very popular cheerleader, Edna, Texas. This is a very, very sad situation. Come on in, everyone. We're going to talk about this particular case right here. Right here. 16-year-old cheerleader found murdered after never showing up for Christmas party. Very, very sad. Very, very sad. So, the 16-year-old has been identified as Lizbeth Medina. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this case. I'm going to go to the photos here. This is out of Texas, and this is a well-liked, well-popular cheerleader from Texas. And her friends and family are devastated trying to get answers on who did this, because whoever did this is still out on the loose, folks. Whoever did this is still out there. So we're going to talk about this case. There was a crime scene at I believe, the Cottonwood Apartments. And we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this. Edna, Texas. Edna, Texas. And they're the city of Edna. Edna. So authorities are investigating, but we're going to get some insight about this situation. 16-year-old teenager. A cheerleader. I'm just showing pictures of the victim. They actually had they actually paid respect to her, I believe, last night at a football game. Look at that. Her shoes, wore shoes in her honor. Yeah, it's very, very, very sad. But it's a mystery. It's a mystery, and we are going to talk about this mystery on JLR Investigates. Come on in. We're going to talk about this tragedy. We're going to talk about what's going on. What is the situation here? So, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's get some information of what is put out there, and we will discuss. I'll show you a map of the area. Also, the family suspects that whoever did this is someone close. Someone knows. And I'll show you that clip too. Let's talk. All right, come on in. The most horrible way a mother could find her child. Cheerleader, 16, is mysteriously found dead in Texas apartment as cops launch capital murder probe. I actually got an alert right here. Let me see what I got. Give me 1 second here. Okay, Medina. Yeah, I must have put the wrong. Okay, yeah, I corrected that. Okay. 16 years old, folks. Lizbeth Medina, 16, was found dead on Tuesday in her apartment in Edna, Texas. Her mother, Jacqueline Medina, well, they have it as Medea, but it's probably Medina, discovered her body and called local authorities. Police are now investigating her death as a capital murder case. Cops have launched a capital murder probe after a teenage cheerleader was mysteriously found dead in her apartment. Lizbeth Medina, 16, was found dead on Tuesday in Edna, Texas, a small town outside of Houston, by her mother, Jacqueline. The most horrible way a mother could find her child. She was murdered in cold blood. The heartbroken mom said her daughter was supposed to be in a Christmas parade with her cheer squad that day, but never showed up. I guess this is her with some cheerleading. We're doing some cheerleading. This is a cheerleader. This is a cheerleader, folks. It's a big deal. Let's get more info. So this photo here, her mother, Jacqueline, left. This is her mom. Described the gruesome discovery of her daughter and in the most horrific way a mother could find her child. Mother, daughter. Sad. So let's get some info. Edna Police, the Department of Public Safety in Texas, and the Texas Ranger Division are actively investigating who was responsible for Lizbeth's death. According to a press release, officers were dispatched to the Cottonwood Apartments around 6:57 p.m. on Tuesday. Upon arrival, officers believed the juvenile to be deceased. Emergency medical services then arrived at the scene and attempted to revive Lizbeth, but were unsuccessful. It is not known yet how exactly Lizbeth was murdered, but some who posted to her Facebook about her death said that she was brutally murdered in her own home. Information about a suspect in her death hasn't been released, and no arrests have been made as of Thursday morning. Today is Friday. There's still no arrests. Lizbeth, who was also went by Liz, was a junior at Edna High School who planned to attend Arlington University to study nursing, a loved one revealed on Facebook. She was beautiful and a talented girl full of life and many dreams. Her mother posted a video of Liz cheering during a football game at her school and said, "My baby, you didn't deserve to be taken away from me this way. You had amazing plans for us, your future. You had amazing plans for the future. You're such an amazing girl. I love you." Very, very sad. Who did this? Who did this? When she first discovered her deceased daughter in their home, Jacqueline told KHK Houston that she lost it. "Someone dared to go in and just rip my daughter away from me. It just kills me. I just want answers to why they would do this to an amazing little girl who would never hurt anyone and wouldn't dare to hurt anyone," the mother said. The outpouring of support from the small community has left Jacqueline feeling loved and supported while she grieves her daughter. One friend who cheered with Lizbeth posted a heartfelt tribute to Facebook and said, "The loss of a friend like you is something that can never be recovered. You have always been an important part of my life. Words cannot describe what I am feeling. Our thoughts and prayers are with you and the people you left behind. Rest in peace, gorgeous. We love you so much." What in the world is going on with this particular case? So that's all the information, right? That's all the information that this press report has. Now, I have a statement I want to share that I found from the Edna Police. I'm going to get this statement here. Chief Rick Boone with Edna Police put out a statement. They're investigating capital murder. Big deal in Texas. You don't want to mess with Texas. Do not mess with Texas. Do not mess with Texas, ladies and gentlemen. So this is the police statement on this matter. December 6, 2023. On Tuesday, December 5th, 2023, at approximately 6:57, officers from Edna were dispatched to Cottonwood Apartments in reference to an unresponsive juvenile. Upon arrival, officers believed the juvenile to be deceased. Emergency medical service arrived on the scene in an attempt to provide medical service. Responding officers contacted investigators with Edna Police Department to lead the investigation. During the investigation, it was determined the juvenile was deceased. The time of death was confirmed by the Justice of Peace, Precinct 1. Edna Police Department contacted the Texas Department of Public Safety, Texas Ranger Division to assist in what investigators believe to be capital MURDER. Investigators are working diligently to find the people and/or person responsible. If anyone has any information regarding this incident, contact Edna Police Department 361-782-6522. Edna Police Department would like to send prayers to close family and friends during this difficult time. I guess that night she was expected to be at a parade in reference to cheerleading that she's involved with. Cottonwood Apartments, folks. Let's look on the map. Let's see. Is this somebody that came into the apartments? Somewhere in the Cottonwood Apartments. So I'm just going to show you the apartments on the map of Texas, Edna, to give you guys a visual perspective of this town. This is the small town of Edna. I guess it's a suburban area of Houston. Let's branch out to give you an understand. Okay, there's Houston. So it's like just north of Port O'Connor, Texas. Houston, southwest Houston, Port O'Connor. Victoria, off of Highway 59. It's on Highway 59. So this gives you an idea. There is San Antonio. Let's just zoom out a little bit more so you can see. Okay, so this is it. This is the community where this murder happened. So we're going to zoom in. We're going to zoom in. Zooming in. So it looks like this town passes a crossroads of 59 and 111. Just looks like it's north of Edna. Looks like it's right outside. Well, it's probably the city limits, but it's on the north side. Cottonwood Apartments. It looks like Cottonwood Apartments has fencing around there. So we're going to look more into this. Was this an outsider who did this? Someone from the apartment complex who did this? So North Wells Street looks like, well, it looks like multiple ways to get in, right? But we're gonna look on a map. I'm just zooming in a little bit more to understand this. Is there two ways to get in and out? Okay, so let's look on the, well, they got the photos of the apartment complex. So this is the apartment complex, Cottonwood Apartments. This is where this 16-year-old was found murdered. Matter of fact, we'll just go here, give you guys an idea. And it looks like she was murdered inside an apartment. So it doesn't look like it's a gated community. It looks like the front gate looks like anyone could go in and just got a sign there that says Cottonwood Apartments. And you see these apartments. What about surveillance? These are what the rooms look like. What about surveillance? Got a pool there. What about surveillance? So sad. Yeah, I don't know what the rent is a month here. I'll give you an idea. Give me a second. I'll see if I can see it. I mean, nowhere should this type of thing happen. It gives you an idea of the apartment complex. There, Cottonwood Apartments. They arrived there Tuesday, I believe 6:57 p.m. according to the police report. Let's see what the rent's going for there, just to see. We're gonna see. I'm gonna put out there and see if we can get an idea what the going rate is there. Price range. It says apartments Cottonwood $675 to $995 a month. That's what it looks like. Cottonwood Apartments or $675, just it depends on the amount of bedrooms, but it looks like Cottonwood Apartments has $675 to $2,000 a month. So it kind of gives you an idea. It's at 1400 North Wells Street. So a murder occurred here. Now, what does authorities do when this stuff happens in an apartment complex? I would think it would be very hard to get away with a crime inside an apartment complex. And whoever's out there could be very well watching JLR Investigates and other creators and news reports that are putting out her image and sharing about this case. I think they're going to get caught. I really do. Because when you have an apartment complex, you have multiple types of surveillance that you might not know totally exist. All over, ring cameras. Maybe the apartment complex has surveillance on the buildings. Maybe they have them up front. People's cars, dash cams, witnesses. Did anyone hear a scream? Anyone hear any noise? Was there suspicious people in that area at the time? Again, is this an insider or outsider? I want to share this clip because this is interesting right here, folks. This is interesting right here. 16-year-old Lizbeth Medina was found dead in her home by her mother on Tuesday in Edna. Her mother, Jacqueline, tells us they believe whoever killed her is no stranger. No stranger. What does that mean? Let's listen.
It was just her and I against the world, and they took her from me. For a fact, we know that Lisbeth knew the person because there was no signs of a forced entry, so she knew the person.
She knew the person. She knew the person, and they said that she knows for a fact, folks, that she knew the person. So, who was in that apartment? I'm assuming the mother wasn't. I'm assuming the mother was probably working or out, and she came home. Now, this call was at what, 6:57 p.m. on Tuesday? Did Lizbeth go to school that day? Tuesday. They're still in school, right? It's safe to believe that she probably went to school that day. We'll just assume she did, but maybe she did. So what time do you come home from school? As a 16-year-old, what time do you come home from school? You get home about 4 p.m. if you come right from school? When does school get out for 16-year-olds? Who was in that apartment with her? Did someone join her at the apartment? Boyfriend? People say 3:30. Article says they called the home and she didn't respond. A jealous boyfriend? Very, very interesting stuff, right? And then yesterday they actually honored her. They honored her at a it's called the Edna Cowboys. I hope Liz's family finds comfort in knowing she was loved by many and will be greatly missed. Could have been a stalker. Hi, T-Rev. T-Rev in the house. T-Rev gang. It could have been a stalker. Now, authorities, in an apartment complex, lots of eyes and ears, I believe, in that area. They haven't named the suspect, but then we also look, when an investigator looks into who does these type of crimes, they look at cell phones. Cell phones, and she does take pictures a lot that I saw holding a phone. Will a phone digital evidence be helpful in this case? Maybe she called someone and they were texting, come on over. Or maybe she was texting someone, don't ever talk to me ever again. Oh, I love you kind of deal. Maybe, maybe not. Also, maybe authorities will be able to kind of triangulate cell service of what cell phones were in that apartment or around that apartment. Maybe like a geofencing to be able to find out who did this. But no one is saying how this happened to her. I have a source that says people speculating need to chill and the investigators do their job. Well, we're talking about it and bringing public awareness, and the police are also asking the public to provide info if you have info. And I'm sure it's credible info. I'm sure, sometimes with these law enforcement officers, they probably get all types of wild tips and conspiracies and people. Even some psychics sometimes jump into the fray and give kind of analysis of scenarios and stuff. Laura Stone said, where was the mother in the early morning hours? You know, where was the mother? But the mother seems like she's been on the forefront, and I've seen tears and stuff like that. My opinion is the mother is behaving how a mother should be when a mother finds something horrible done to their loved ones. She fits the behavior of a grieving, distraught mother. People around her just full in tears, asking for answers. Now, we've covered true crime where some mothers of missing loved ones act differently, nonchalant, don't care, don't do anything to try to find out what happened. In this case, I think the mother is very proactive. So I'm not going to even want to think that the mother is involved in any way. And they're putting out the message. So will Edna Police Department give out any more information about this case? Remains to be seen. We're following it and also bringing awareness. She's a cheerleader, folks. Loved. And no matter who she is, it's a 16-year-old girl that was brutally murdered inside an apartment. And authorities maybe should come out and say, was this someone within the circle that did this? Because is there a threat out in the community of Edna? Is there a killer on the loose that could strike another random victim? Or is it someone she knew and they're just keeping tight-lipped because they have their eyes on somebody and could be watching somebody right now and just getting the evidence? What do you think? So I'm going to show the picture one more time. Keep public awareness. We're on this case when new information comes out. If any press conferences come out, Lizbeth Medina, a.k.a. Liz, cheerleader. When more information comes out about this case, let me just go back to some of the images here. So just give you, her life mattered. Very, very sad. All right. I am JLR Investigate. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button. If you know any knowledge you want to share, you know anything or know anything about this, or know someone, or you're connected in this in any way, and you just want to talk off the record, on the record, just share some insight that can help us put the word out. JLR at JLR Investigates. Believe it or not, a lot of times when we cover this case, a lot of people centered around each case that we cover actually call me or get a hold of me, email me, and talk. Again, if you want to stay anonymous, I protect all people's anonymity for sure. All right, praying for this family. Hopefully they get answers and justice. Justice. See you guys later. Adios. We'll talk soon. JLR Investigates. Be safe.